Hey Houseguest, welcome to today's Big Brother Canada updates and spoilers. Our Houseguest of the day is Ed Matu. What up, Ed? Hope you're having a great day, and thank you so much for your support. If you guys want to be Houseguest of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, so yesterday was pretty damn interesting. First of all, I don't know if Dylan had a task on his own or if like the whole house had a task, but whoever it was, they failed. So then the feeds came back with Dylan like working everybody out. They were all exercising in a circle in the backyard. So they were doing like freaking crunches and then push-ups. And Karen's push-ups were hilarious. I'm not saying mine would be great either, but Karen was just like... It was really funny. But anyway, after the workout was over, they all had to wear boxing gloves until Big Brother said enough. So you know they had to wear that shit for the rest of the night. So it looks like they were able to take them off to go to the bathroom, but not in the shower. That sucks. Okay, so because of these boxing gloves, everybody's got to work together just to complete simple tasks like pulling up your pants, fixing your microphone, lighting cigarettes. Dylan, Emily, and Netta had this like really complex routine to just get the lighter to strike or whatever. I don't know, I don't freaking smoke. Also, they had trouble making food, so luckily Big Brother gave them a bunch of pizzas. Yum, but good luck trying to eat them. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Okay, so then, of course, we still got some game chat. Woo! Because you don't need your hands for that. So, some homies were chatting up in the HOH room. We had Ika, Dre, William, and Karen. I just freaking love watching this group together. These four are hilarious. So, they were talking about how their side has won 4 HOHs so far. So, 2 for Dimitri's, 1 for Karen, and 1 for William. And Ika's like, yeah, we won 4. And the other side still got what they wanted. You can thank yourself for that. That's your fault. You could have flipped the vote like every single week. And you were like, no, not going to do it. All right. So then Karen's trying to get everybody pumped up. She's like, the odds are in our favor. We've won all these HOHs. We can still keep winning them. We got this, you guys. All right. So then they're wondering, what would Dylan do if he were to win HOH? So Dre thinks that he would work with them since his allies didn't use the power of veto this week, and he's really freaking pissed about that. And Ika's like, no. He's going to go back to the other side. They've been telling him all along that Kevin couldn't use the veto because, like, somebody else from their alliance, like Bruno, would have gone up on the block, and it's working on him. And, like, it is. But anyway, Dre's like, have a little more faith in him. Okay. So then Kevin and Dimitri's were talking by the pool, and Dimitri's is trying to convince him to vote out Dylan. They feel like Kevin might be their only chance this week to still get rid of Dylan. I don't think you're going to flip him, but they think they've got a shot. So Dimitri's is saying, oh, William wants Dylan out, and if you go against him, that's really going to hurt your relationship, especially since you already lied to him about using the veto this week. So, like, you really want to go down that road? And he's also saying there's not a huge difference between Dylan and Emily game-wise, so the alliance, the 6, should not get upset. But that argument is bullshit because everybody knows, or should know, that Dylan is still going to stick with his alliance that did not use the veto on him this week. Emily is totally done with them. She would go after them if she were to stay. So there is a huge difference there between keeping one over the other, but Dimitri's is trying to sell it like it's not. So Kevin's saying, like, I really do like William, and I don't want to go against him. I don't want to upset him. But he says he's in a really tough spot right now, so he doesn't know what he's going to do. We know what he's going to do. Alright, so then Dimitri's reports back to the group in the HOH room. They're still debating about Dylan's plans and his targets. So Dimitri's is like, guys, Dylan's out there right now hanging out with like Kevin and Bruno. He is back to normal with them. It's over. So then Karen refuses to believe it. She's like, no, I think that Dylan will be... I think that Dylan will be upset again when Emily leaves on Thursday. You know, even if he sees it coming, he's going to be upset when it actually happens. And Dimitri's is like, no. Like, we are not going to get Dylan. Don't get your hopes up. So then Demetrius is telling them he still feels like Kevin is really their only chance of getting rid of Dylan this week. They still got a little bit of hope there that maybe he'll flip. So William is saying that he's going to try and get a clear answer out of Kevin that night. And he's going to be like to Kevin, if you don't trust me, go sleep in the effing blue room. That was a really bad accent. I'm sorry. I'm getting all mixed up. But anyway, I don't see William laying down the law like that. Alright, so Ika and Demetrius were out by the pool. He tells her more about his conversation with Kevin, and Ika is not that pleased with it. She's nervous that Kevin is going to report back to the 6 and say, like, oh, Demetrius is trying to keep Emily this week, what the hell? But first of all, Demetrius corrects her. He's like, you mean the 4? They don't consider themselves, like, with the 6 anymore. So then he's saying he wasn't pushing for Dylan to go. He told Kevin that he doesn't really care. But we know he very much cares. So then Ika calls Kevin over to talk to them. She's like, Kevin, come here. And she says that she wants to get the group together tonight so that they can all get on the same page, because there's been a lot of, like, tension lately. And Kevin agrees. Like, they need to squash the weirdness. Oh, shit. Team meeting. House meeting is here. Like, alliance/team meeting is right here. So it's, like, pretty good. I'm excited about it. So then Kevin walks away, and Ika is like, I can't even look at Netta right now. She is so ready to put her up on the block and get rid of her. Okay, can you imagine how crazy that would be? So then a little while later, it's time for Kevin's story time. This time, okay, so I feel like they haven't done Bible class in a while, but this is so much better. They were retelling movies, and Kevin was basically telling the whole Lord of the Rings trilogy. It was so, like, I was getting sucked into it. It was really weird, but I loved it. I have a message for Big Brother Canada. Yo, BB, stop cutting into the Lord of the Rings retell for Cindy's HOH dancing. We've seen it. Fine, whatever. Okay, she's dancing while listening to the iPod. I don't care. I want to hear more about this Lord of the Rings retell. Okay, so then later on in the night, the 6 do end up gathering by the pool for their meeting. Kevin starts things up. I'm not, like, licking my lips. I had almonds before, and there's, like, nut skin. It's gross. Okay, so Kevin is like, real talk. I don't want to hurt my relationship with William this week, but I do feel more comfortable with Dylan staying. Emily's been sketching me out the last few days, and I don't feel comfortable keeping her. So then Bruno's like, oh, I feel the same way. He's got to jump right on that. And Kevin's like, yeah, the 6 need to stay together. So he's basically saying, like, this is what we're doing, and unless you want to break up the alliance, you better do it too. So Demetrius is like, well, we're in a tight spot too. We cannot go against William, because we're working our asses off on the other side of the house to keep you guys safe. We cannot throw away all that work and go against what he wants. So then they're like, would Dylan come after us if he wins HOH? You know the answer is yes. But the 4 are trying to play it off like Dylan is not even thinking about them. So Netta's like, don't you think he'd be more pissed at Dre and William for putting him up in the first place? No, I think he's going to do whatever you guys tell him to do. But anyway, Netta's saying if Emily stays, she's going to put up Kevin and Bruno 100%, no question about it. And of course, Bruno jumps on that too. He's like, yeah, 100%. So Ika says, you don't think that Dylan is going to put us up? Okay. So the meeting was super awkward, and Ika was like, if you guys knew what you wanted to do, why did you lie to us yesterday when we asked you about it? Why wouldn't you just tell us that you're keeping Dylan? And Netta's like, well, I did tell you how I felt, and you freaking yelled at me. And Ika's like, I didn't yell at you! Ah! So it was super awkward. But they're all like, yeah, we need to communicate better. We can't let it get to this point where we, like, have to have these meetings. No, keep having the meetings because I love it. So this morning, no more boxing gloves. That punishment was over. And then we got a little Dre and William strategy chat in the HOH room. Dre all week she's been saying, Dylan's got to go. Now she's saying we should keep Dylan. She thinks that she can pull him in because she hasn't lied to him and Bruno has. And she says they've been vibing. She feels like it could work. So she thinks that herself and William would definitely be safe with Dylan. But Ika and Demetrius, maybe not. And William's like, honestly, I don't care anymore. Let's just be done with this week. So Dre is very skeptical that Ika is playing them and working with the other side, but she doesn't think that Ika would actually put them up. She feels like maybe she'd throw them under the bus, but she wouldn't put them up herself. So they feel pretty good about that. All right, so then Ika was venting about the 6 to Cindy and Demetres. That meeting did not sit well with her. She's like, I never yelled at Netta about how she should vote. That's BS. And she's saying that Big Brother should have brought back Neha instead of Netta. Oh, girl. And then Ika was also talking crap about Bruno. She's like, he's a freaking liar. He sucks. And Cindy's just like, I understand where all of you are coming from, but I'm really stuck in the middle right now, and I want everyone to get along. I want the 6 to work. Excuse me, this is gross. So she's still trying to be the peacemaker here, but Ika is not about that. So Cindy, after a while, asks, is it okay if I vote out Emily this week? She basically asked permission, and Ika's like, yes, like I know it's in your best interest to do that. So then Cindy's crying and she's like, I don't want you to think that I'm picking a side. And Ika's like, it's okay, it's all good. So then Ika and Dre were talking, and Ika shares that Cindy is keeping Dylan this week. It doesn't look good for getting rid of him. And Dre's like, it's fine, let's just keep him, you know, whatever. So I feel like they're probably all going to vote out Emily this week. They're going to keep it unanimous so that there is that chance that they could possibly pull Dylan over. And they don't want to be on the wrong side of the vote, just in case he wins HOH. So then they agree they just really need to win the next HOH competition or else they're screwed. So then Ika spills the beans about the 6 alliance. Oh, shit! So she's like, yeah, I was with the other people, but then they stopped telling me as much stuff when I started getting close to you. And then it was like a rom-com or something, like 10 Things I Hate About You, where like she ends up liking that person. You know what I mean? So like Dre is the Julia Stiles here, and Ika is like Heath Ledger, right? And she actually wants to be with Julia Stiles. So she tells Dre it was getting more and more difficult to play both sides, and she's with Dre and William now. So Dre actually took it really well. She's already been suspecting this. She knew that there was probably something going on there, so she's just like, I understand, it's fine, but you're with me now, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the end of the 6 alliance if it wasn't already over. Like, Ika has made the transfer here, and you know if Ika makes a transfer, Demetres will follow right behind. So the eviction is tomorrow, and it's a double, so get excited. Like I said, I think it's going to be a unanimous vote here for Emily to go, but who knows what's going to happen with that second eviction. So let me know what you guys are hoping for in the comments, and until tomorrow, much love.